All right, can anybody hear me? I've been sitting here chatting away forever and it seems like maybe nobody can hear me. So I don't know. My gosh, every day we have a problem. So if anybody can hear me, please let me know. Karen, if you're still in there in YouTube, I did respond to you. I'm so sorry. I was not trying to ignore you. I was over here chatting away, talking to myself, and nobody was talking back. So that's so funny. It's awful. There's always got to be some problem, man. We're either having chat problems, YouTube's giving me chat problems, or the stream here was just giving me mic problems. Hey, everybody. So for everybody that's coming in, I'm just working on a tapestry crochet blanket. This is a custom piece that I'm working on, but I'm working on it so that I have a chance to talk to everybody about tapestry crochet. If you are interested in it, if you've done it before or not done it before, I have just created a pattern, and it's a free pattern. So I'm not here selling anything, but I did create a pattern for a tapestry, and I'm going to be doing a crochet along. Oh my goodness, my yarn's getting tangled here. I am going to be doing a crochet along starting Friday, May 1st. I will be going live Monday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So starting around the same time I'm starting here, and I will be working on this pattern here. So this, okay, thank you, Erin. Thank you for saying you could hear me. I feel so bad. I was ignoring some people at the beginning. So I created this pattern. If you are on TikTok, head to my profile. There's a link where you can download the written and graph instructions for this pattern. Thanks for the likes on YouTube. And then if you're on YouTube, because I do stream to both platforms at the same time, if you're on YouTube, head over to my posts. I've got the graph version and the written version separate, and you can download either or. So, oh, Karen, oh, I'm so glad you're still here. I felt so bad earlier. My mic wasn't working, or my sound wasn't working, or something. Hey, Mr. Double. Something wasn't working correctly, as you could tell. And I was sitting here chatting away, talking to people about mosaic crochet, and all of a sudden I realized no one's talking back. So anyways, guys, free pattern. You don't have to join if you don't want to, but it's so much more fun to work on stuff with people. So again, 6:30 Monday through Friday, starting May 1st. So that is about a week. That's a week from tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So 8 days. And when I'm doing this, I will also be saying the instructions out loud for the pattern. So if you are not the type of person who loves watching or following a pattern, or you don't do well with written instructions, I will be saying everything out loud as I go. And because I know I tend to crochet a little faster than other people when I'm not yakking, YouTube also saves all of my lives. So if I go live on YouTube, a few hours after the live, YouTube has converted that to a video that it saves. TikTok doesn't save the videos, which is kind of a bummer. Hey, everybody coming in. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I don't know why they don't, but YouTube does. So if you go over to YouTube, if you need to catch up on videos or anything once we get started on this, head over to YouTube. I have the same username in both places, Crochet by Humblebee. So head on over, and then when this pattern is done, I do plan to make 3 others. I've really convinced myself now, talked myself into making 3 others of the same size with the same scheme, I guess, house plant theme, because this one here is only 80 stitches wide. So it's gonna be like a small lap blanket. So I think if we do 4 of these tiles and then stitch them together, I think we could make something really cool looking. So that's my plans there. And oh, Karen's ordering her yarn next week. Exciting. The colors on the patterns were designed for Hobby Lobby colors. So it's got their names on it. But I think if you look at the pattern, and no matter where you shop, I mean, there's 5 colors. It's really easy. And then you could also play around with, like, the border would be an easy one to change the color on, because in the instructions, every single round begins with 10 terracotta, and then you go into the other stuff, and then every round will end with 10 terracotta. So if you just know that you want to use something different besides terracotta, and it'll be easy to remember because that yarn will be attached to the blanket while you work on it. So it'll be really hard to forget which color you're working on. So that's another thing. You can kind of play around with the color of the border. Somebody else told me they were going to do a different color of the plant pot. So, and those, you know, oh, and I'm sorry, I should also mention the pattern will be worked from bottom to top. So if you do decide to change a color on the plant pot, then you'll know when you come up to it, it'll be one of the first major color blocks we'll have. So little modifications like that should be pretty easy. I also think it'd be really cute when it's all done to go in, if you like colorful, playful things, to go in and maybe backstitch or cross stitch with yarn some designs on the pot. There's so many cool things you could do with it to make it unique. But the pattern I'm working on right now, like I mentioned, is a Yoshi. So this is for my grandson. I'm actually making 3 custom blankets that need to be done by Christmas. So getting started on this one. So I'm here to answer questions that you might have about tapestry, because that's what this is too. So you can, I'm gonna quit talking now. Well, I'll keep talking, but I'll keep also crocheting. So one of the things that I do when I'm doing tapestry is I am corralling my yarn. That's probably the most difficult thing that I've found with tapestry crochet, is keeping the yarn from tangling, because I am working a completely reversible pattern. If you can see, the front and the back look exactly the same because I weave in my ends as I go. And I don't mean I make an end and I weave it in, but like this morning I sat down and I weaved in all my ends because I cannot stand weaving in ends. Karen over at YouTube, tell me what you feel about weaving in ends. And anybody over there in TikTok, somebody say hi. If you crochet, please say hi over there on TikTok. I would love to know what you're working on tonight. So I think it's so exciting to share things. And also there's been some stuff that I've learned that I didn't even know existed. So tell me what you're working on over there on TikTok. Don't be shy. And I will keep working on this and talking some more about some of the tips. So yarn corralling, like I mentioned, you can see I've got a series of baskets in front of me here. Make sure you've got plenty of room and in front of you. And this is how I corral my yarn. There's other ways to do it though, guys. This is just the way that's the easiest for me. So I keep the yarn of the round on the row I'm already on right now. If I've already used the ball of yarn, I move it over to the right. Hey everybody coming in on TikTok, it's great to see you. I would love, love, love to hear from you. Little Bird, hi. I would love to hear from you guys and tell me, do you crochet? Where are you from? Hey girl, oh my gosh, I saw your floral fantasia earlier. It was amazing. It was amazing. Everybody go on TikTok, go check out Little Bird's TikTok. She is working on this gorgeous pattern right now, and her colors are amazing. So, all right, so yarn I've already used in its own basket. Yarn I'm currently working on in this basket. Yarn I haven't used yet is in this basket, and sometimes I just end up with an extra one. So as I use each ball, I will move it and then move another one over into the empty basket. I like to keep the yarn in its own basket like that, so that it doesn't grab onto its neighbor and yank more yarn out. And there's plenty of times I've not paid attention and I have forgot to move the yarn into its own basket, and it's not always been detrimental. And I am working with Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn brand, so it's pretty soft for a lightweight acrylic. Karen says, oh my word, I hate ends. Yes. Oops, I just crocheted 2 together. That would have sucked. Yes, I hate weaving in ends as well. And the way I'm doing this tapestry, I am trying to make it, I am making it reversible, which means every color change I do, if it's a significant shift in the color, you know, more than a couple of stitches where I can just, if it's a small amount where I can just crochet over it and hide it, that's great. But if I have to carry the yarn any distance, anything more than 1 stitch, either up or over, if I have to carry it more than one stitch width where I cannot hide the carry, then I will cut the yarn and I will bring in a new piece. So for example, here I had on this round, you see it had black, orange, black. I have a black ball, an orange ball, and a black ball that I'm working on. Earlier down here, I had multiple. I had black, orange, black, orange, black, orange, black. And I had every one of those had its own ball of yarn. So I'm doing that to keep everything nice and tidy for me, because now I'm able to just weave in the ends and I don't have long carries of yarn across. And then when I'm done, the blanket should look the same front as it does back, with the exception of the name being mirror image. Karen's, oh, that's right. You're working on corner to corner in the round rectangle version blanket. Ooh. Are you, I assume, so I started looking through a few of your videos earlier. Do you have a video of that one? Are you making videos of that one as you go along? Thank you, little bird. I just love you. I know, are you still hanging out in your garden? What are you planting? I think last week, or maybe the week before, we're looking at planting some flowers, I believe. So what are we planting now? All right, so we got, just keep working through this. The one thing that I'm really enjoying about this particular pattern is how much white space there is in the background. So, and I'm working about down in this area here. So there's so much, and even when I get to his body, it's not going to be overwhelming. There's a lot of white space on this blanket, more than in the other two blankets that I'm making as well. Oh, little bird's doing peppers and potatoes. What kind of peppers? Spicy? Bell? My husband and I lived in South Carolina for a couple years. And so we live in Colorado now. We moved out to South Carolina for a few years. And when we got out there, we realized there's no green chili. And I guess I knew it was a local thing. You know, I knew like green chili's regional and it's not all over, but I was shocked that there was no green chili, not in the grocery store. You know, we were thinking, okay, well, I'll at least be able to grab it at the grocery store, because at the ones here in Colorado, even some of the regular salsa brands have a green chili. So we get out there and all they have is green salsa, which is definitely not the same. And we were looking all over. We couldn't even find Hatch, or like chilies in a can. Hatch chilies in a can. Not even Hatch. I guess we were just looking for the green chilies in a can. Couldn't find those. My son finally found some at a Walmart, and I had him grab those up. But we ended up growing our own Hatch chilies because we couldn't get them out there. And then we made green chili for some of the Southerners. And it was fun. They shared their boiled peanuts with us, and we shared our green chili with them. It was like the first Thanksgiving. All right, little bird's doing bell and poblano. Perfect. Oh my gosh, poblano peppers. I love those so much. With some mushrooms and chicken and Gruyere cheese in a quesadilla. I would eat that right now. And you're doing tomatoes tomorrow. What kind of tomatoes do you do? There's also a big difference in tomatoes. Karen you don't have a video. Oh, learning from one of Foo's videos. Foo. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I was going through some of your stuff earlier, Karen, and actually, little bird, I go through some of your stuff too. Oh, heirloom tomatoes. Those are the best, the absolute best. Actually, when we lived in South Carolina, we grew a bunch of those too. I loved the growing season out there, although I did struggle with, like, there was like 2 summers. So you would have your early summer, and then in the middle of the summer, everything would die because it would be so hot. And then you would plant things again at the end of the summer to harvest in the fall. Whereas here in Colorado, we just kind of plant once. I mean, you plant different vegetables at different times, obviously, but we didn't have 2 distinct growing seasons. And I also missed that we had a banana tree out there. We had the coolest stuff. It was really neat living out there for a while. Oh, Little Bird says, what's the character on this blanket? This one's Yoshi from Mario. The video game Mario. It's my grandson's favorite character. And so I'm making each of them one of their little favorite characters. So my other grandson, his favorite game is My Singing Monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I designed his blanket with a guy from My Singing Monsters called a Wubox. And then my other son's favorite, or other grandson's favorite, is Minecraft. So I'm making him a warden because the warden is his favorite characters. Little Bird, you have bananas? Where do you live? You live somewhere warm. Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Limitless. How are you? Karen lives in South Carolina. Where at in South Carolina, Karen? We lived in the Greenville area. Limitless, this blanket is coming along wonderfully. I am just talking away too much, and I actually need to add another string in here. This one's coming along great, and I started another project yesterday, a mosaic baby blanket. I've got a friend of mine who is having a baby shower in June, so I started this baby blanket and I'm loving it. And now I've already designed one mosaic pattern. It's going to be a Broncos pattern because we are a Broncos family, and my father-in-law, I need to make him a blanket. So he loves the Broncos. I'm going to make him a Broncos blanket. Oh, Little Bird, you're in Oklahoma. Okay, I didn't know you could have bananas in Oklahoma. Banana plants? Oh my goodness. Okay. Never would have guessed that you could have had them there. Thank you for the rose, Erin. And you guys, thank you for the likes. It's amazing. All right. So get this black string out of my way. I need to do 7 orange. 1, 2, 3. Oklahoma. You guys, I feel like you've had several tornado things already this year. Although I do realize, I guess, Oklahoma, I don't know what part of Oklahoma you're in. One of my really good friends, my business partner, lives near Oklahoma City, or in Oklahoma City, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she has a shelter or a tornado something at her house. It's like a big can that they go in. It's pretty crazy. But it makes me feel better knowing they have that because I am so scared of tornadoes. She seems not to be worried about it. But it scares me. It's just, I don't know. You can't reason with a tornado. You can't tell it like, hey, man, leave me alone. I just don't like things you can't reason with. Little Bird says, yes, they're hardy, so they survive winter. Otherwise, they get dug up and stored for winter. We did see that we could have them in Colorado, but they'd have to live in the garage, and it's like, okay, not willing to, because it wasn't like edible bananas that we had. It was decorative banana plant. So let's see. Limitless, I'm doing okay. Got some bum news today. Oh, okay. And crochet while watching some streaming. Yes, crocheting is... I have crocheted actually a ton today. The last couple days I've crocheted a bunch. I feel like I've had some... like there was some days before that where I didn't crochet a ton and it felt like a chore to crochet. Although, and I'm not just saying this, crocheting during the lives doesn't feel like a chore. I'm always shocked at how fast the time goes. Oh, Karen, you're near Greenville. Okay, I was also near Greenville. We lived in the Simpsonville area. In fact, my son is a firefighter out there. The bravest and the handsomest firefighter. So when you're out and you see one and he's the bravest and the handsomest, then you know that's him and you can say hi. All right, let's do Desert Glaze 25. I love that area. So pretty. Okay, you're in Northeast. No, oh, yep, and you're getting tornadoes tonight. Little Bird's got tornadoes. You know, my other friend and coworker is in Nebraska, and they had tornado. I don't know. Whichever one's the least scary. Is it the tornado warning? Whichever one's the least scary between a warning and a watch. I can never remember which because I live where we don't get a ton of tornadoes near my house. So I don't remember which one's the scary one. Whatever's the like kind of watch out or warning, whatever. Whichever one's the not terrible one, that's what she had. So I guess it's all moving your way. And we've been having some killer wind the last couple days. I want it to blow in a little bit more snow. It's not too late for snow, and we need it. Okay, so the watch is the least scary one. Thank you. Yeah, that's what she had. And we've had those here in Colorado too. I live a little closer to the mountains. Although, I guess last summer there was a tornado on Pikes Peak. I literally did not realize. Or was it Pikes Peak? I feel like it was on Pikes Peak or near Pikes Peak. I didn't realize there could be a tornado in the mountains. I thought the mountains were impervious to tornadoes for some reason. I guess that shows what I know about tornadoes. Oh, Writing is Fun is back. You got back from a trash pickup. How was your choir thing? I was thinking about you last night. All right, I have to do 25. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1, 2. Okay, 3 more. Picked up this black. 2, 3. I'm actually kind of getting tired of, not tired of working on this blanket, but I feel like it's overdone. So if you guys want to see something different, let me know. I could work on the mosaic one that I'm working on now. I could work on that in case anybody wants to see what mosaic looks like. I've been very pleasantly surprised with it. And yeah, like I've mentioned before, I've got plans. I've already started writing some patterns. The first one's for Denver Broncos, and then I kind of want to make a blanket or something like that that would go in your living room that would say something like "Go away" or "I'm sleeping" or something. So let me know what you guys think, if that would be something funny. You won state. Writing is Fun, 1 state. Your 5 divisions you can get on a song, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. And your school's program got all 1s. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, congratulations. That is amazing. That is amazing. And all 1s. That's incredible. Oh, there, Karen lives in Honea Path. Is it Honea Path? I know I've been through there. I've been all through. I felt like everywhere we were at there felt kind of like the backwoods in the best way. I don't mean to make it sound undignified or whatever, but like everything felt like it was the back way to somewhere. And that's one thing I loved about it. Like you could just be driving to the grocery store and turn a corner and be hit with these gorgeous pastoral views and green trees and lush grass. It was just incredible. It would take my breath away. Colorado is also incredibly beautiful. They're both states are so pretty. And then I also had I've actually lived in 4 of the most incredible places in the world. North Idaho and on the Oregon coast, and then Colorado. I mean, I don't know how I got so lucky. Everywhere I lived, and then I moved somewhere else, and I'm like, gosh, why didn't I enjoy the state that I was in at the time? When we moved back to Colorado, we actually my husband and I made a more concerted effort to get out and do stuff. So we've been getting lazy the last couple weekends, but we're going to start cracking the whip again, and we do hiking and all sorts of stuff on the weekends. But I feel like we've had a crazy time. Plus it was winter. Sometimes you can't hike when it's too wet out there. So writing is fun. Are you gonna be working on any craft tonight? And I didn't hear from anybody if we were to do like a mosaic pattern. And this wouldn't have to be a live thing either, but I do want to make a mosaic pattern, and I'm thinking about just putting a silly saying on it, like "get out" or "go away" or "I'm tired" or something like that. I just think it'd be cute, but I also don't know if that's too overdone. I've seen other people do it, and I don't want to steal ideas. Definitely don't want to do that. Let's be original. All right, got another row done. Getting ready to do my flip. So if you are going to be working on the tapestry blanket pattern with us starting May 1st, if you're going to be doing that and you have not done tapestry before, watch what I'm about to do. Writing is Fun says I got a new villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons. island is based off the Underland Chronicles. Cube is a character mentioned once in the 4th book. Oh my gosh! Well, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Then that combines games and books. And I think you were mentioning the other day, isn't Underland Chronicles one of the series that you like? You're so tired. You're just going to stay in darkness. Okay. I will stay in dark. Staying in darkness actually is a craft itself too. So, all right. So Karen would love to see Mosaic. You know what I think I'll do? Anybody else who's still in here who's watching, weigh in. Maybe tomorrow I will switch to working on the Mosaic blanket. Okay, I'm flipping this over. I told you to watch and then I didn't do anything. Okay, so I flipped it over carefully without yanking my yarn everywhere. And now the basket that was on the far left is the first one that needs to go to the right. Do it in this order. Don't be taking the basket on your right and moving it to your left. You will be making a bigger problem. So the basket that's on the left, the farthest left, it doesn't matter how many you have. Let's pretend these all have them in here. The one on the farthest left gets moved first. Scoot everything down, and then the next one gets moved second. Scoot everything down, so on and so forth. The reason for that is when you flip it, all the strings that used to be facing this way are now facing this way, So as long as you move this guy over first and scooch everything over, then you're gonna keep things from tangling. Keep them from tangling as much as possible. You're never gonna keep them from fully tangling. So far we haven't had any major mishaps, but I'm waiting. Yeah, you're in Podunk, South Carolina. There's gorgeous land out there. Gorgeous land. Writing is fun. Yes, my favorite. I've only read it 10 times. Is that, oh no, we actually talked about it because I had asked if it was like a fantasy or what. And yes, we did talk about that one. Oh, and I checked out those songs you recommended the other day. Little Bird says, I love intricate and colorful. Yes, on Mosaic. Okay, so tomorrow I'll bring the little Mosaic project in. That's a pattern that I bought. It's not one that I created. Like this Yoshi pattern I created, so I'm not worried about anything. Well, I guess you're not going to see anything on the other one either. I'm always so worried about accidentally showing somebody else's patterns or doing something and violating some sort of a, I don't know, crochet etiquette. It would never be intentional and on purpose, but you know how cruel people can be. You make a little tiny mistake, people can be really mean. So I will bring that tomorrow. I will bring the Mosaic and show you guys how cool it is. It's a cute little scene. Well, and I've actually made a couple videos about it. I posted the second one today, although I am further along in real life. I try not to spam too many posts in one day, but sometimes I'll have like 3 posts. Oops, get in your own basket, ma'am. Okay, we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like we got to be coming up on the red here pretty soon too. All right, this is the right side of the blanket, so yarn stays behind me. I'm starting to get enough color changes to where I need to mark off each change. And you know, I've been using for this pattern here that I've been working on, I've been using highlighter. I think I've showed you guys. And I've been using highlighter because you can see through it. But another trick that I do, and I don't know why I'm not doing it on, and you can actually see it. I started here with this blue. I don't know why I switched to highlighter for the lives. I guess I just thought it'd be easier, but I use erasable pens. So the gel friction or Pentel friction, there's some brand of erasable pens. I use that. That way if I have to go back through, like on the Mosaic, the instructions are pretty small. So if I have to go back through, if I've made a mistake or there's a miscount, I can just erase my lines and I basically have a clean slate again. So we like you and your videos. Do what makes you happy. Well, thank you. And I have been having more content to post because I've been thinking of more things to post about. And I just got distracted. Oh, black 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring that in tomorrow. And then if you've not done mosaic crochet before, it's just done with a series of single and double crochets, and you're crocheting in the front or the back loop. And depending on if you're doing a single or double crochet, you're either working in the back loop of the row right below you, or you're working in the front loop of the row below that. So, and then it uses the double crochet to overlay. It's called overlay mosaic. You're using the double crochet to overlay parts of the single crochets that you don't want showing. It's really interesting. I don't know. I'm still like trying to figure out how they figured out how to write these patterns. And I get the concept. I can look at the pattern and tell why there would be a double crochet where there would be one. But when I envision sitting down and actually graphing it out, it makes my head hurt. So I got into Stitch Fiddle this morning and played around with the Denver Broncos logo to make a custom blanket for my for my father-in-law. Writing is fun. What color walls did you want as a kid? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I think it would have been colorful for sure. I definitely, as a kid, loved color. But I also had a different kind of childhood, so I wasn't really thinking about stuff like that. But looking back, I mean, I was really in love with bright colors, and still am, although I don't usually decorate with them. I do like to decorate with pops of bright color. Hey, Abby, hiding. Hi, hiding, Abby. Thanks for the heart, and it's good to see you. I've been watching for your lives. Where are you? I know you got unblocked, but then I haven't seen you. Although I'm not in all day long during the middle of the day, but I was looking for you earlier today. I got off work a little bit earlier than normal. Will you be going live again? 27, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that creepy when I sit here and say these numbers breathy? I don't know another way to do it. I guess I could just confidently shout the numbers out. I think when we're doing the crochet along pattern, I probably will shout those out as I'm doing them. But I will also need feedback when that's happening so that I know if something I'm doing is irritating or making it harder. Because I certainly don't want to make things harder. And because I've not really followed any video patterns, I'm not a video person. I'm very much a written pattern person. I don't really know what's standard. So you guys will just have to help me learn as we're doing that. Writing is fun, says numbers are expected. Okay, good. Thank you. Abby's in Georgia working until Sunday. What are you doing in Georgia? What part of Georgia? What do you do for work? And what is your social security number while you're at it? I'm not trying to ask you a million questions. Only answer what you're comfortable with. Sometimes I forget we're on the internet. Gotta be careful. Stranger danger. Desert glaze 10. Okay, so I gotta do 10 of these orange. Get out of there. Writing is fun. Look what I did earlier today. I said I was going to do it, and I did. I wove in all the ends. Oh, and you weren't here yesterday, so you didn't see the 3 billion ends I had hanging out. And I had to weave like 9 ends into these tiny orange spaces, so these areas are a little thick. I'll just have to warn him, don't snuggle with that part. Abby says, I'll tell you my place of birth, first pet's name, and mother's maiden name too if you want. Yes, let's play a game. Do you guys remember those things? Well, I don't know. Some of you are not old enough to have had a Facebook back when it first came out. But when it first came out, it was really popular for people to do these get to know me things like, you know, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, oh my gosh, most of those questions were literally your secret answers to stuff. It's really scary. And people were using that to hack. And it's like, oh my gosh. So over the years, I've just become so paranoid about what you say and do on the internet. And I probably still, I mean, I don't know anyone's going to come do anything to me, but You never know. People are weird. All right, you're in Atlanta, mostly administrative stuff, nothing too exciting. Very good. Yes, thank you, writing. Yes, it does look, and it is reversible. I'm getting strings again now, which I'm good, but so far so good on keeping this thing reversible like I wanted. Abby, about a year and a half ago now. Oops, I'm picking up my black here. I lived near Atlanta, about 3 hours outside of Atlanta. And we went there one time and visited like the Coca-Cola place. You should do that if you've got time. I don't know what you're out there while you're doing. Thank you for the likes too. I don't know what you're doing while you're out there, but if you have time and you like that kind of stuff, it was really interesting. Okay, I have to count. I can't count and talk. Let me finish my sentence. It was really interesting. The Coca-Cola place was amazing. And they have all these fountains with Coca-Cola, and you might already know all of this. For all I know, you go to Atlanta twice a month, but if you've not been there, you should go. It was neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 9, 10. Here we go. Back on track. Black 3. Oops, and I shouldn't have finished that stitch. Oh, the other thing I really love about mosaic crochet is that when you flip your stitches, because in that one you're doing double crochet and single crochet, you don't have to, you can finish out your stitches like normal, but I've been working on this tapestry so much. And tapestry and mosaic, the pattern scheme kind of reminds me of each other. You just do a certain number of stitches in a certain color or a certain stitch type. So the way that you work them is so similar to me that I keep finding myself on my mosaic not wanting to finish a stitch. Like if I have to go from double to single crochet, I'll start my double and then I feel like I can't finish my double because I'm so used to color switching where I can't finish the stitch with the old color, if that makes sense. Let's see. Writing is fun says, my password is dogs for soup. Is this dogs voting for soup? Is this dogs for putting in some sort of a dog soup, or is this dogs who support soup? We have to be very clear. And I need to know. This will tell me what kind of person you are if I know which way your password is swaying there. All right. Oh, switch back to the white. I always get so bored with doing this because it is such a giant patch of white, but also going live, like it's kind of a grind for me as I'm going through this and I just keep talking and talking. So I really can't wait to start the crochet along part. I think it'll be a ton of fun. Oh, dang. Thank you, Abby. Dang. Writing is fun. We're waiting on the answer. What about your dog? Your password, dogs for soup. Oh, wait, it says dogs for soup, money, money, money. Now we really gotta know. I might not even, neither of my first two guesses might have been the real reason that's your password. Hi, Susie, good to see you. Just working on a tapestry blanket right now and talking about tapestry because we will be starting a tapestry crochet along on Friday, May 1st. I will be going live Monday through Friday, and of course I start it on a Friday, but I'll be going live weeknights at 6:30 Mountain Time. We'll be working on this pattern together. This is a little snake plant pattern, tapestry crochet, and in my TikTok profile, you can download this pattern for free. So, and then on, if anybody's on YouTube and wants the pattern also, it's on YouTube, it's in my posts. Grab up the pattern, grab your supplies. I'm gonna do a couple of videos over the next few days going over some of the supplies that I use and why I use them. I'll be going in depth about some of the stuff I've talked about here about managing yarn and doing that kind of stuff. I will be making videos about that because I do realize not everybody will have been in the lives the whole time, and I want to make sure that I have videos that I can have people reference if they join the live for the first time and they're lost on anything. The lives also, because I stream simultaneously to YouTube and TikTok, TikTok does not save the lives, but YouTube does. So if you miss a day, if you're unable to join while I'm going live, whatever the case may be, if you subscribe on YouTube, I have the same username, Crochet by Humblebee. Subscribe on YouTube, and then usually a couple hours after my live airs, then they've converted it to a video, and then you can go back through and watch and rewind and do whatever you need to do. So that's my plan, guys. Hey, Nick, good to see you. Hey, yes, look at this. Look at his little shoes. You can tell they're shoes now. Isn't that cute? This is his little shoes. And Writing is Fun says, I'm hungry for dog soup. Oh, my word. Abby says, where did your username come from? Okay. I was actually waiting for this. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew it would happen. First of all, I have to acknowledge there is some lady who calls herself Humblebee and does crochet, and I didn't know it until like 2 weeks ago, but I think I didn't see anything active on Facebook. So it made me nervous, but maybe a year ago or something, there's the song by is it Black Eyed Peas? Where he goes, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee. And for whatever reason, I heard it weird, and it sounded like he was saying Humblebee, Humblebee. And I just thought it was so cute, and I was like, oh, Humblebee. And then I had made a joke about Humblebee being the most humble bee you've ever met, or something silly like that. Anyways, I really liked Humblebee. I thought it was cute. I don't have any weird obsession with bees. I have nothing for bees. I think they're cool. I mean, they're very necessary. Bees are a huge part of nature and a massive part of our ecological stuff. So bees are very important, but I'm not particularly obsessed with them or anything, but it just kind of stuck, and it stuck with me for a long time. And when I started my TikTok, I did not think I would have more than maybe 100 followers. So if even, I really wasn't expecting anything. So that is where and why. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was cute too. And then I felt terrible when I looked up. And then there's also like coffee shops and stuff. I thought it was so original. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's so many things that I think I've got these original thoughts, and then all of a sudden I see some TikTok where somebody's saying exactly what I'm thinking, and it's insane to me. So I've always had this theory that, you know, as humans, we weren't really made to know everything that's going on in the earth. Like, we're not made to... Oh, I know. Writing is Fun says the time is drawing nigh. Yes, we're coming close to the time I normally get off here. But as humans, I don't think that we were made to know everything we know. And I also don't think that we were made to know what everybody thinks. But what social media has done is it's opened it up so that everybody, you know, we all have our opinion and we're all entitled to it and we all say it. But then now everyone's being judged on things that we normally wouldn't even know about each other. So I've always kind of had that feeling. And then I'm not even joking, like maybe 7 months ago or so, I'm flipping through TikTok and somebody comes up and says almost word for word exactly the way I thought about that. And then everybody else in the comments was like, oh yeah, I think that all the time too. And it shocked me because, you know, I'm like 1 in 8 billion. Nobody could possibly be having the same amount of thoughts as I have, the same kind of thoughts. I just always feel like I'm original or out here by myself, but it also is comforting to know that I'm not the only one who thinks. Abby says, no, I know everything actually. Oh, all right. Well, it is about time for me to go. When we do the crochet along live, I will not be stopping in the middle of any rows. So at that point, you know, once we hit 7:15, if I'm in the middle of something, I'm still going to push through. And if it seems like we need to go longer or whatever, shorter, whatever, we'll just play it by ear. I'll really rely on you guys' feedback to help me know what's going to be the best thing to do. So in the meantime, thank you guys for stopping by and chatting. It was lovely to talk with everybody. I had a great time, and I will see you tomorrow for Friday Crochet Day. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, little bird. Bye, Nick. I love you too, baby.